think it's perfect.
I have the same for singing,
Okay.
but the bigger one, the
Ah,
S7, I think it's the more for the professional for the
for
singing.
no, I'm not in this level. And
This is
I don't
podcast.
sing. Only my kids did one time.
Uh-huh.
They come here, they start to sing.
Yeah, you can do that with that.
It was fun. It was fun. Okay, thank you, Andrea, to come with us, with me.
You're welcome.
The idea today sometimes, so my concept of podcast is I invite some people, and usually people who are living in Japan, but I love also to catch some people is coming and just give me them point of view, what they experience here. And I would like to hear, your point of view of as an artist from Switzerland, and how you feel, how did you see here, how you started the exhibition with Swissnex. I'm also interested to understand. So that's more or less the way what I want to discuss with you. And but maybe to before start to understand who is Andrea. Can you present yourself?
Yes. Thank you for inviting me
You're
to your podcast. And my name is Andrea Giuseppe Corciulo. I'm an artist from Switzerland. I have Italian roots. That means my parents came to Switzerland as a very young, at a very young age. So I was born there. I grew up there. So I have these two nationalities inside of me, which means that I don't feel I'm not Italian. I'm not Swiss, because when I'm in Italy, I'm not Italian. When I'm in Switzerland, yes, of course, I am Swiss, but I'm not classic Swiss in a sense that somebody could understand Swissness. So I feel like really a person of the universe, which has no belonging to any country. And I like to travel, and I was in Japan in '92 with my first exhibition.
Ah, really?
Yes,
Okay.
I started there because the person who invited me again to do this show is the consul of Switzerland
as well.
and Swissnex, Felix Mösner. And he was there in Tokyo doing his studies, research, and I knew him from that time. And so I did my first encounter in Japan. So, but you asked me who I am. I am, as I told you, an artist. I work with visual art. I do a lot of painting, and I do a lot of collage and photography, but not classic photography in the environment, but I do take pictures of this collage. That is very special technique. I was doing art since my very young age.
Okay.
I remember doing my first exhibition at 15 in school, and from there on, it was no question that I want to go that way. So it was always a part of me, and that's a kind of life that I choose to live, because I cannot do other way. I have to do it. It's just something that I need to do.
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning, yes. I was also doing music, a lot of very intense, also with a band. But it was always like visual and music, and the two things, they interconnect a lot. And so I'm really a busy man. I do a lot of work, but it's the thing that gives me energy, that gives me the way to elaborate all that I see.
Okay. And you, since the beginning, it was this kind of art you are doing now, or is something you always you change and you explore? For example, the collage or the painting was since the beginning, or you really explore many different ways during your artist life?
I think that life is, if you live a life with a lot of experience, and you grow and you change. So, and if you want to do a work that is close to your reality and
Mm-hmm.
your perception of the world, so for me it's like natural that the work changes. It has to change, because if I start with 15, the work is different when I'm 15 to when I'm 25 to when I'm 35, and so on. So I changed a lot in that sense. But because I try to do a work that is something that I have to express in that moment, so I don't want to restrict or give me any boundaries, because I think an artist should be completely free. So there is no, there has not to be some thinking about I have to do this because that will be more successful, or this will sell good, or uh, it has to be really something that you want and you have to do. So to answer your questions, yeah, I had different kind of work periods. Normally they are like 3 to 4 years, which I then sometimes conclude as a piece of a work of peace, body work, and then I start something new because something new happened.
Okay, okay. It's a interesting way to. And how? So you mentioned you have been here in 1992.
Yeah.
How did you feel difference between
Oh,
now and?
I felt like landing on a different planet. It was really something unimaginable, and I was really open-minded. I mean, I'm still open-minded, but if I think back, I had really no help, in a way that now you have the phone, you can see the map, you can read. But then I just came, and I remember the person who came to pick me up at the airport. She drove, and she had this navigation system, like this small display, and she could put in the address, and I thought, "May, oh God, this is the future. That's a computer that shows you the way." I've never seen that before. So that was my first impression of, wow, I'm in the future. But then I just I remember I just walked really light-footed in Tokyo. It was, and I had no anxiety. It was just like, wow, and I just went with the flow. And the second thing I remember very, very vividly was the fish market. I went there, and it was like an explosion of everything. And as an artist, I mean, as a normal person as well, but I was just immersed in this information of everything. I was impressed. So I said, tomorrow I will go again. I will have to see it again. And the next day, I didn't know, was a holiday. So I went to the same place, and it was empty. And I said, what's happening now? Yesterday it was like the world and the fish world as well. And the next day it was just empty.
Empty.
That was crazy. That was crazy. So I don't remember. I mean, I remember those strong moments. And of course, in those days, there were no cell phones. People were moving in another way. And today, as everybody knows, things are really different. I mean,
And now is your second time after
yes.
92. Okay, so
Then it was a long break.
and how is you impressed the first time? Because you arrived in Tokyo or you arrived in Osaka?
Osaka. I arrived in Osaka for the exhibition.
Okay.
I'm staying at Kobe, and the second impression is that I mean, it's just again overwhelming, but maybe I'm a little bit more adult now, and I see it in a different way. I mean, I know I can move with the cell phone, and I don't know where to go. So I was a little, I don't know, prepared. Of course, I was prepared, but I don't do much comparison now and then. I'm just try to take it as it is now, and not try to figure it out how it is now.
And did you get time to see some other artists, or how is your point of view as an artist arriving in Japan? Before we talk about the exhibition.
Yeah, I mean, I traveled a few days now to Kyoto. I wanted to see all the temples and the sites there, and I was deeply impressed, of course, by this kind of work. I mean, it's just a work of art that is so complete that it takes my breath away. I mean, you walk around in these environments of the temples, and everything has its place. I mean, it seems to me that every stone and every leaf has to be in that place. But it's really like that.
Yeah, it's really like that.
Really like that. It's everything has its place. So as a visual artist, it's so impressive, and I don't mean it in a way that it's like, oh, everything is in its place and it's boring. It's everything it's in its place, but it has some natural feeling. It's like, yeah, I mean, you have the garden and the architecture, but everything has grown in this right place, and it belongs there. But in a very special way, because sometimes those situations can be boring. I mean, when everything is in the right place and it's expected to be there, then there's no surprise. Then you think, okay, it's not that exciting. But here you have these elements of perfection, but surprise, and I cannot really describe it. It's just a strong feeling that this is really something special.
I agree. We just were talking before about the house, traditional house,
Yeah.
and yeah, what I heard is really when they made a temple, or it's all around is a piece of art, like and everything from inside to outside has kind of meaning, and why they add this window here to see this garden, that you can see this mountain, that and everything has a meaning and a choice that they made, and make this so special. But the thing that surprised me always here is really the big contrast between this beautiful temple world, I would say, and the city world that is huge, messy, everything stuff everywhere.
Yeah, that's something. I cannot elaborate now how this works, and how this is how this is even possible, that this society with this really strong tradition, in that also in that minimalistic way of thinking. I mean, you have this one stone there and the larger stone there, and then you have this plant here, and there's nothing that is too much. So it's really like that is essential. And then you go outside and everything is too much. I mean, you have thousands of different iPhone covers and fragrances and teas. I mean, it's just incredible, and it's too much. I mean, I was inside a shop, the supermarket, like once, because my cable broke for my phone, and that was a story, because I was going around with a bicycle in Kyoto. It was so hot that my phone almost exploded, and at some point it didn't load anymore. So I was at 15%, and I put it in. It didn't load. So I thought, okay, now I have 15% of life. Then I'm dead because.
But you survived in 1992.
Yes. Okay, I thought back. Okay, no, but today I just thought, okay, I have everything on the phone. I have my street. I have my card. I have my card for the riding. So I said 15% of life. What do I do? The last thing I want to look up is, where is the computer shop? Oh, so I tipped in computer shop. Then I rushed there, and it was the cable, so
Ah,
plugged in it. But I was in this huge shop, and I said, it was really shock because I really ran from the temple to that shop in really short time. It was a shock. I felt glad that it
okay.
worked, but that was really something. I mean,
Ye-
you should do that once. Too crazy. It's like jumping from warm water to ice cold water.
So yeah, it's for me. Like I say, it's really a country of contrast.
Mm.
Like you can see the super minimalist, clean things, Buddha Zen life.
Mm.
Less is more, and you can see the super consuming, like, and whereas like everything show. We discussed a little bit that with one episode with a graphic designer. Also, no, in graphic design also is the same.
Yeah.
If you look, you can see it is minimalist with just a stamp,
Mm-hmm.
just one line, beautiful package, super clean, just everything beautiful. And when you receive advertising, full of
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's
You cannot read so much
Uh-huh.
things inside, no?
Yeah.
And here's a really a contrast.
But sometimes I would like to enter in some head of Japanese people, the young one, maybe middle aged and old, and to get to know what they think about this. I mean, what is their thinking about? Are they connected still to the old tradition, and then they realize that they are living, I mean, of course they realize that they're living in another world, but how do they think about this? It's just part of their life, it's just normal, or do they have also this kind of thinking? I don't know, do you know if they
You mean this messy world?
Yeah, and the other world, how do they think about this? Do they see this gap, or for them it's just
I think it's just normal.
normal?
Yeah, for
That's the
them.
old days, and this is the new.
Yeah, I think they feel like a normal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was also surprised when I arrived here and when I met my wife and family-in-law that I have really this image the first time. When I arrived, I was this image, okay, it's gonna be kind of minimalist home.
Mm.
Everybody is eating on the floor. Everybody's sleeping on the futon. No, that's my image first time. When I arrive, and no, they are really like us, IKEA bed. We are everybody's eating on the chair. So okay, everybody has a chopstick, but nothing really different. Now they just keep the more in the culture, like more traditional day or traditional things, like every New Year you go to the temple to pray and to enjoy, like almost every Japanese. These small things they keep in the cultural way, but the rest they are like you and me.
Yeah, of course,
I mean, nothing
Yeah.
so much different. So in this part, you can really see a gap between, I think, my wife grandparents than them parents. Them parents they grew up in the time as the economy was really
Fast grow.
fast grown, and they told me this time was crazy.
Yeah.
They got a lot of money from whatever you do, you got money, and I don't know. I think this time they grow and they wanted maybe to copy as well, because stuff for foreign arrive. So it's here's a mix of all of this culture,
Yeah.
in any sense. But they didn't. Of course, they have some people more traditional, but I think it's not the most of them is not not the case. What I experienced.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You never know what people also. I mean, I would like to go inside the mind, but
you can read a book. I will show you
Yeah.
after. I don't know if they have in German, in English for sure. In French they have. The name is L'éloge de l'ombre, and the writer explained well. Oh, it was much more long time ago, but he explained well his Japanese perspective through the new modernity, through the traditional side with between. It's yeah, it's very interesting if you want to get this kind of
Okay.
perspective, but not from now. It's more much before.
Yeah.
But you can. It's a very small but famous book that
I
you
will
can.
read it.
Yeah, I will show you just right after.
I see.
L'éloge de l'ombre. Yeah, exactly this one. So this
Yeah.
one, you should Junichiro Tanizaki.
Mm.
So yeah, you
Good.
should
Thank you. I will
you should read.
look it up in my language, not in French.
I think in German. Let's see if we can find in German
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And so maybe let's back to the exhibition. So this is where we are met, in fact.
Yeah.
So Swissnex organized it, and I wanted to know how did you organize. Well, now I a little bit
Yeah.
start to understand that you
Yeah.
had already a connection with Felix.
With
long time.
Felix. Yeah.
Did they come to you? Did you suggest to them how?
So we met last year in summer. He was in Zurich, so we met at a kind of party because he had organized something that he could
Event.
meet all the people. So
Okay.
we talked, and I knew that there was the expo coming up, and he talked about it also. And so at some point, he invited me to do a project, maybe for that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it, and I then suggested this work that
Okay.
is showing now. I mean, it was not clear at the beginning, but I knew I wanted to do a project for that time. So then after knowing the place and getting to know the possibilities, I developed this exhibition for that place.
Okay, that's really from the contact from Felix.
Yeah.
Donc Felix is the CEO and the consul of Swissnex.
Yes,
Maybe
in
to explain a little bit, I'm not. I know Felix will explain a little bit better than me, but Swissnex is a Swiss consul. But the difference with a standard consul, they also promote the Switzerland. So they promote the artists, they promote the startups, they promote also the connection with the university, and they have also many events that where I met you and I've been several times. That's a very interesting event. That's always and this kind of I mean, the event could be about how the new exhibition could be AI startup for, or one time I've been, it was about mindfulness, and then so it's really
Yeah,
could
2
be.
days ago it was about packaging and the future of packaging, and so it's a lot of interesting things about products, ideas, studies, economy, and technology, and it's really a place where things happen, and it's really like a lively place where you can meet a lot of different, really interesting people.
Yeah, and I'm happy that they do that. It's really. I know that now it's maybe not unique, but I think the beginning was really something unique that a country invests to promote through a consul and not just do your passport. And
Yeah.
and
I think
paper
it's a
just
really, really special place,
And also they are a very good place close to Meda, so the center of Osaka. So if you come in Japan and you would just go through, you can see from outside. And
because the idea, as you talk about outside, was that the exhibition will shine into the street. So I had the project of doing like curtains, semi-transparent curtains with my images. So it's 2 large windows with 8 curtains. It's about, I don't know how many meters. It's
quite long.
It's quite long. So it changes also with the light. So you, from the outside, when you walk, you can see all the images from inside. You can look outside and see the people in the street. So, and it's really something that connects also with what's in the picture. It's maybe, I don't know if you want to ask about how and what is in the
Yeah, of
picture.
course. Yeah, we can. Anyway, I will add in the description your internet and maybe also the exhibition. Of course, the exhibition address and where some picture of the things you will explain just now.
Yeah.
But you show exactly. So
Yeah.
can you explain a little bit?
Yeah, I show there a work that is technically
Technically.
I hope the mic is not broken now.
No.
Based on the technique of the collage. So I cut a lot of pieces from old books. My decision was to do collage with images, but not with images from the internet, but from real books, because as everybody knows, the internet is just without any limits, and it's just you get lost. So if you put yourself like some limit in work, I think it's always good, because if you have too much possibilities, then you get lost. So you have to think about a place where you want to stay in the beginning. Then from there you can you can open another door and go through that door in another place. But that's my way of working. So.
And well, sorry to stop you, but I wanted to be curious to where did you collect this book?
I collect these books not in stores. Like, I would never buy a book in a store to cut, because that's not
respect.
Yeah, I think that's not respectful. So I go to those shops mainly in Switzerland, where I live, or when I'm outside, where they bring the books they don't want anymore. So
old books.
Books. It's like the cemetery of the books. So I go there, and then I find sometimes I find really interesting books. Mainly I look for like geographical or like books about plants or stones or animals. And then when I'm lucky, I find those books from the 70s, 80s, maybe 90s. And they have a special kind of photographic color inside. Maybe they have old techniques in taking photographs, or the color was not good, so it vanished a little bit. So it has some this kind of uniqueness in these pictures, in these photographs. So I go and try to find it, and then I can cut these books, because I think now I give them a second life now, because they were really sad there lying some shelf. Nobody cared about it, because nowadays, who goes and buys a book about, I don't know, the continent of Africa, when you can go into the internet? So I buy them, I cut a lot of pieces. I have in my studio shelves full of pieces of cutouts, which I just cut out when I see something that is interesting. I don't cut out and have already the idea of what I'm doing with it. I just think, wow, that's good. And then when I'm doing this collage, which I will explain are a little bit different from a traditional collage, I then take these pieces and I put them together, and I can like compare it like a musician. You have all the notes that are possible if you're sitting in front of a piano, and then you start doing your melody. It's the same thing with my little pieces. I try to put them together, and when you're lucky, or when you have a good day, then there comes the right melody, and in my case, the right image. And I don't know exactly what I'm looking for in that moment, because it has to come like to me. So if I think about a concrete image, it's not going to be good. So I have to be surprised by what I see. And the good thing is about the collage, you can really fast move some pieces up, down, or take another one, take it out. And then it's like a chemical reaction. You put one thing, and then it makes like a little explosion, or it's just nothing. So you have to be like chemistry. and you do it, and sometimes it's just, oh, now it's good. So I do this on a glass. So then I fix this with a little small tapes, and then I take the glass up against the wall like this with a little distance, and then I take a light and I do the light on the collage, and the collage then, because the pieces are cut out of paper, will have a shadow on the background.
Yeah, that's what is interesting.
So it gives like a lightness, and it becomes almost alive, because those pieces are like floating or having like standing on each other, like very subtle and equilibre, like
Balance
on
or
balance, really fragile balance sometimes. And so the light and the lightness is in the work. So on this fabric, again, I will come back to it's very good because it's the same kind of feeling, the paper, the lightness, the light, the shadow. So it was for me the right way to do this exhibition.
yeah, because where is very interesting in your work is like just like not a collage as you mentioned. Also, yeah, this so many pieces very thin, not always, but has also many thin piece that fix together and also mix has a sense in your work, but doesn't have really not always a connection between them. And what is very interesting is like this 3D effect that you had with the light and shadow, that you can see the shadow of the collage behind. And sometimes you do a double shadow, or you play with the I've seen one you play also with the shadow. And this is kind of thing that I've never seen in a unique and unique work.
Because I mean, collage is a really classic technique, but I wanted to create something new out of this collage technique. It's not that easy to like transform a collage technique. You can do it digitally now. We can do it really, but I wanted to do something that is made with the hand. So you can see in my work, there's always like scratches or like a tape that you see, and so I did try to do something new. That's an artist, you try always to do something new. And as you mentioned, the pieces, the little things that come together, I think it's more, my work is always important to do combine things that don't belong together in first place, and then it starts to create like a tension or something new emerges. And sometimes it's just some little how do you say, movement from where you think that the piece needs to be, like this needs to be there, and then you recognize this situation and it's okay. But if you take the piece, the same piece, and you put it somewhere else, then it starts to create some insecurity. You think that what is this? It doesn't belong to that place. And I mean, it's a little bit the element of surrealism, like Margaret and the man with the apple in front of the face. I mean, that is going that direction, to have these elements that come together in a special way. I like to do that, like take things that but putting them in a little bit in the different position, and then they start to create some questions.
Also, you had some color. You play a lot with color anyway in your work. Not always, but I think most of the time it's really colorful work.
I'm also a painter, so I'm coming from painting, from color, from composition. And one element in my work is surely always a good decomposition in the work, and the colors and how they match, and so that's what I try to put in the work, or maybe not I try to put in, it comes naturally because it's just me. So
and the picture, so you say you really, the idea, like you took the pictures once, you destroy after what you have done. You took a picture with argentic or numeric?
I take with digital, but
Digital.
with a very good camera, large format.
Mm-hmm.
And the pieces are cut together and put together with very fragile. I mean, I take the picture of this ensemble, and then next day I come into the atelier. The piece is always just down, and then I'll take everything apart, and then I put it again on the shelf, and usually I sometimes reuse same elements for another picture. So
composition.
it's like the tones are again there. So.
And you also into this exhibition you can see the curtain that's with the print as this work will be described just right now, and we can see also some print on the canvas. The size is around 60.
It's about 74 to 106.
Okay.
The prints on the. I mean, the fabric is really done specially for the place. But usually I do prints on this special fabric. It depends. Paper sometimes it's more stronger material. Now I have a stronger material there, and it depends on the exhibition how large I print those. Those images.
So usually it is work after you print on different. Depend the exhibition, depend where you go through. And this is you do since when?
This kind of collage, I started, the first collage was 2016.
Okay. Yeah. Almost 10 years ago. Okay. But for me, it's all okay. I got my best question. Do you have some other question you would like to discuss, or did you see something that would be interesting to share to the audience?
No, I think we had a good discussion, and I usually talk too much, so I try to take some of the Japanese culture from the Zen garden to do less, and
less is more.
Less is more, and I think we had a great discussion.
Okay.
Thank you.
So again, you can see your exhibition in Swissnex in Osaka. I will put the link, the description with all the link, and also your website and where we can see your work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ciao.
Ciao.